Macedonia in English. Just about everything you want to know.
EC Director General for Enlargement meets Macedonian officials. The European Commission's Director General for Enlargement Stefanos Sannino held meetings with Parliament Speaker Traiko Veljanovski, Vice PM for European Affairs Teuta Arifi, and Foreign Minister Nikola Popovski. Veljanovski informed Sannino about the events of the 24th of December 2012 in and around the Parliament building, as well as the preceding facts, events and circumstances. Veljanovski's cabinet said the PS proposed directions and measures to strengthen the Parliament's capacity so that it regains the trust as well as operate freely and in its full composition. The Secretariat for European Affairs said Arifi informed Sannino about the current activities undertaken by Macedonia regarding the framework of activities set by the European Union Council of Ministers, whose fulfillment would contribute to the start of the EU accession negotiations for Macedonia. At his meeting with Sannino, Minister Popovski presented the action plan deriving from the EC's positive evaluation of the high-level accession dialogue. Draft resolution on Macedonia, how it calls for start of EU talks without delay. In the latest draft resolution on Macedonia's progress in 2012, which will soon be debated in the European Parliament, British Member of European Parliament and EP Rapporteur on the country, Richard Howitt, openly calls on the European Union Council to set a date for start of EU accession negotiations without further delay, the news agency MIA reported. According to him, the European Council conclusions supporting the adoption of a time-limited solution until June 2013 on the basis of the Commission's latest report are the right step. The member of the European Parliament also welcomes Commissioner Füle's initiatives and urges him to include in the additional report the estimate of costs resulting from non-enlargement. The draft resolution calls for continuation of the diplomatic exchanges that happened between Athens, Sofia and Skopje, and urges all sides to demonstrate a proper pledge for relations in the spirit of good neighborly relations on the basis of mutual respect and friendship. Furthermore, the Irish presidency is urged to make intensive diplomatic efforts so that a satisfactory outcome is reached. Macedonian and Bulgarian teams discussed good neighborly relations. Macedonian and Bulgarian representatives held the first meeting in relation to the possibility for signing a good neighborliness agreement, where the Bulgarian party presented own draft text. This was stated by Tihomir Stojcev, foreign policy advisor in Bulgarian President Rozan Plevneliev's cabinet, Bulgarian news agency Focus reports. The president has been continually expressing his position on Macedonia. It is clear-cut. The good neighborliness criterion needs to be applied in the assessment of Macedonia's progress on the road to EU integration, stated Stojcev, adding that this was a position assumed by the European Union as well. On the other hand, radical politicians from Bulgaria are discontent with the conduct of the current Bulgarian government, considering that Macedonia should be stopped on its road as it leads a fierce anti-Bulgarian campaign. Greek newspaper on marking of first anniversary of Greece mock funeral. Greek newspaper Tovima reported that the decision of the people taking part in the Vevchani Carnival to mark the first anniversary of last year's mock funeral of Greece offends Macedonia's southern neighbor. Reiterating that the mock funeral was one of the main scenes at the carnival in 2012, the newspaper said the carnival this year marked the first anniversary of Greece's death. Greek Foreign Ministry sources told the newspaper such events were a result of the nationalist rhetoric of the Macedonian government, which poisons public opinion in the country. According to them, the organizers of the carnival are ultimately a carnival themselves. The newspaper also said the carnival is funded by the Macedonia's Culture Ministry. The SDSM-led Alliance for the Future blocked the intersection connecting Partizanski Odredi Boulevard to Rooseveltova Street. The opposition party said crossroads in nearly all Macedonian cities were simultaneously blocked as well. According to Igor Ivanovski of SDSM, the institutions have irreversibly lost their legitimacy, and it can only be restored through free and fair early parliamentary elections. It is normal and logical that the MPs be the first line of barricades of the resistance after the regime has annulled the institutions. We are at this intersection now, and we will be everywhere where the resistance against the regime is manifested, Ivanovski stressed. Fire breaks out in Post Office Central Building. The fire that broke out Tuesday in the central building of PE Macedonian Posts in downtown Skopje has been extinguished, firefighting team chief Blagoja Mengovski said. Initial reports say the blazes engulfed part of the building lobby and several stories. One person, 35-year-old man suffering from suffocation, has been transferred to Skopje Hospital St. Naum of Ohrid. His condition is stable, hospital's director Jasmina Chabukovska said.
Macedonia in English. Just about everything you want to know.